Hi, my name is Kerkko. I'm a creative strategist who specializes in social media, and I'm here to share some tricks of the trade, specifically how to grow an audience and keep them engaged on TikTok. These insights are based on my personal experiences. I'm going to be talking about an experiment I conducted on TikTok last year, and we'll share 6 tips on how to succeed on the platform. So whether you're building a brand or want to establish thought leadership, I hope you find these tips useful. Now, somehow, a lot of marketers still scoff at TikTok and dismiss it as just a platform for kids to dance and lip sync. While entertainment is still prevalent, there's so much more to TikTok. Over the past 18 months or so, more mature audiences have really taken to the platform and populated it with their interests, making TikTok a tool for personal branding and thought leadership. Now, I'll have to admit, I also had my reservations at first. I was kind of envious of users who were much younger than I was, and they were using TikTok's native video editing tools so creatively that I didn't think I would ever get to the same level. In order to succeed, I also realized I would need to put myself on the line and perform to a bunch of strangers. And too many other over 30-year-olds deemed it necessary to try and justify being active on TikTok despite their age, as if they didn't belong, or, well, as if we didn't belong. So yes, perhaps the actual root cause of my sort of discomfort was nothing more than the looming realization that I'm almost middle-aged. Nevertheless, I knew the possibilities, I'd seen what people did, and still I felt I didn't fully understand the platform. So, the 2020 lockdown period became an opportunity to adopt this new creative method. I decided to take the plunge and become a TikTok creator. I challenged myself to publish 1 video a day for 30 days and see what happens. A few months later, I reached the glorified milestone of 1,000 followers on TikTok and have been growing ever since. Here's how I did it. 1. Focus on one concept. I started by experimenting with all kinds of stuff, mostly hopping on the few trends I was comfortable with. However, I realized I needed an original concept I would be able to sustain for 30 days. I chose a topic that didn't require that much production: tell 1 dad joke a day. While comedy isn't for all, and I certainly can't consider myself a good comedian, the main point here is to establish a through line in all your posts so the audience really understands what you're all about. This could be a specific topic, especially if you want to become a thought leader. Could be a character or persona, or a specific style you're known for. Number 2, publish daily. On the one hand, TikTok's algorithm is very democratic. On the other, it might seem completely arbitrary. You could have 1 million followers and reach 100 of them, or you might have 0 followers and reach 1 million people. Still, TikTok clearly rewards consistency. That's why I posted once a day, and usually at the same time of day, also on weekends. My first posts reached about 200 users each, but in a couple of weeks I was averaging 1,000 views per post. Sometimes a post might just fall through the cracks, and other times a post goes viral in a matter of hours. Just keep at it and the platform will get you trending again. 3. Use hashtags consistently. I've been researching if there's a best practice for using hashtags on TikTok, but haven't really found one clear answer. While some load their video descriptions with, let's say, 10 hashtags, I found that choosing just a couple of keywords is more helpful. I've been using 4 that are all related to each other and use the same language, so that the algorithm can better determine to whom they should show my content. Go for hashtags that aren't too popular. It'll be easier to stand out with a hashtag with 10,000 posts than one with 1 million posts. Test which combo works and use it consistently to become a top creator in your niche. Number 4, use your native language. This tip might help if you live in a non-English speaking country. Anyone can start trending on TikTok, but usually the English-speaking creators get more traction. At least my For You feed is filled with Americans, although I live in Finland. That's why I also posted in English at first, until I noticed how much more engagement my Finnish videos were generating. This trend is clearly aligned with the hashtag approach. Target the less saturated niche. Number 5, react to comments. Engagement of any kind makes your content appear more appealing to the algorithm. That's why I make sure to like or respond to each comment on videos, unless it's completely unrelated or spam. I even respond to the haters. Number 6. The value of repurposing content. Marketers spend a lot of time and money on their content, so why not repost some of your favorites every now and then? Repurposing content is especially okay on a platform where the algorithm might bury your post without a proper reason and the audience is scattered across a billion variations of the For You feed. Keep the momentum going with recycled content as is or with some tweaks to the copy, hashtags, or other variables. So those were the tips, but let's backtrack a little bit. Why do I need 1,000 followers on TikTok in the first place? Reaching certain milestones on social media platforms can unlock new opportunities for creativity and growth. On YouTube, 1,000 subscribers enable new posting options and monetization opportunities. On TikTok, one of the benefits is enabling live streaming possibilities. And while the algorithm doesn't favor top influencers as much as, let's say, Instagram does, having more followers on TikTok does make you more attractive to follow. The real payoff of this experiment, the most valuable lesson I learned, was painfully obvious. These tactics apply to all major social media platforms. Whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, you need to be active and post consistently, define a target audience and speak to your niche, engage with the community, focus on one concept that makes you stand out, and remember to repurpose your top content. It took me 5 months to reach 1,000 followers. It's slow compared to the top influencers in Finland, or, well, especially globally, but not too bad for telling bad jokes. The results have kept me inspired, and a year later, I've racked up about 4 million views with close to 3,000 followers. While these numbers alone make me feel good, there is another positive takeaway here: getting more used to performing on camera. Sure, I've been a TV host and YouTuber, hosted a bunch of presentations and workshops, but having a camera right in your face is a lot more intimate than that. I've even built up the courage to record videos in public, all thanks to TikTok. Alright, time to wrap things up, but before that, let's discuss the potential for brands. It's almost 2022, and you're still contemplating if TikTok is relevant for you? Well, to me, the potential is obvious. There's 1 billion users globally. It's definitely not just a niche platform for kids. Meanwhile, Instagram is on the decline. People are tired of how commercial it is, and TikTok is more vibrant, less fake. There's a more positive culture on TikTok, making people more open to new ideas and products. TikTok is also perfect for a brand to build thought leadership. You just need to think about what the added value is. There's also plenty of advertising opportunities already, and social commerce is well on the way. I always say if you're looking for additional inspiration, the best benchmark for you is an actual human being, not brands. You're gonna understand the platform so much better, how people behave and what they use that platform for. But if you're looking for some inspirational brands on TikTok, why don't you check out Nike, Chipotle, Ryanair, Samsung, or Too Faced. Alright, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope to see you embrace TikTok and put these tips to good use. I hope to see you on my For You feed.